All right. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, folks. As one Crookshank here, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current 5-time, soon to be 6-time published author and educator. If you're new around here, if you're new to my work, new to what I'm all about, I've created a whole system, a whole brand as a former football player, created a whole system, a whole brand, a whole concept, a whole way of thinking that's all about taking the innovative teamwork lessons that you learn on the football field and aligning them and applying them to businesses and business owners so they have a staff and a group of employees that moves as efficiently and as coherently and has that passion, that eagerness to them, has that dog up in them, the same way you would see a championship youth or high school football team move. One of my personal favorite things that I do, and I love everything I do about the whole channel, the whole brand, all the work I do, but a personal favorite is Film Session Saturday that I started there was literally the Saturday right after college football season had ended. I couldn't let it go. I was loving it too much. So I had just learned, it was around the time I just started doing a lot of regular live streams as it was, but I learned how to do screen recording and stuff like that and seeing myself as a college football aficionado. And one of my personal goals is to become a college football play-by-play announcer. What we don't do around here in the Move Swiftly world, we don't just talk about our goals. We actually apply it and put something out there in order to achieve it. So what I decided to start doing is something called Film Session Saturday, where we just breaking down the game, who did what it's all about, just putting my knowledge out there, not only necessarily to land that position, but also to teach you guys certain things about the game and how it works and how it applies to businesses as well. And here we are, only a couple weeks away from the start of the 2025 season. And again, if you know me personally, I'm a psychotic, just an unbelievably huge Michigan Wolverines football fan. And I've waited to break them down. I've waited because it was a rough 2024 season, aside from the fact that we beat Ohio State. Now, I've waited because I wanted to make that Ohio State game the last game I break down as we go into the 2025 season. But before I get to that Ohio State game, if I wouldn't be right, it would not be right if I didn't document and break down one of the losses that we had as a Michigan fan. And this one I'm about to play now was a rough Saturday. In fact, you can go on my YouTube channel right now and look up the video after this game. It's when we played Oregon. I put it out there. It was a rough day to be a Wolverines fan because at 12 o'clock, I remember I had a friend in town, and she went to Penn State. So I went all the way. They had a big Penn State bar where it was all the Penn State alumni, and it was right there in Fort Lauderdale. So I drove up, I live in Palm Beach. So I drove to Fort Lauderdale to watch the Penn State game playing Ohio State. That was a huge game. I was watching amongst a bunch of Penn State fans. In fact, I did a recording about that Monday. So it's a Penn State bar, and Ohio State goes and beats Penn State in Penn State. So I have to watch Ohio State win that game. And then right after, Michigan plays Oregon, and we get our ass beat by Oregon. So it was just a rough Saturday to be a Michigan Wolverines fan. But again, it wouldn't be right. I wouldn't be a real fan if I didn't break down one of the losses before I get to the big Ohio State win. So with all that being said, let's just get right into it and talk a little bit about who did what it was all about. I watched this one live. I could tell you what happened, but we'll break it down with the big eye in the sky. Let's get into it. All right, kick off. Let's go. See what we got. The Maize and Blue, baby. Go Blue. Oh, I can't wait. It's coming back soon. See, we started off right. Let's go back to that kickoff. Hold on. Let's see that. So understand, look at the way the block, the reason that this kickoff went as long as it did, the blocking. That's a lot of things. See, this is a lot of times you don't understand why things are happening in the game is because what you're not going to get in mainstream media, what you're going to get here on this channel, what we do when we break down the game is you're going to get an understanding that blocking matters. So look at 42. He's on his man. Bang. He gets a block. Great block. Great read here. He might have gotten called for a hold, but this block right here is what sprung him. Again, everybody just on a man playing basic football is a solid return. I'll be 100% honest. We look at look, we already lost already lost 3 games. We're not ranked, and we're taking on the number one team in the country. Oregon was the number one team in the country throughout the entire year, and we weren't ranked. I genuinely believed we had a chance of beating them. I really did. I really did. I remember that Friday. I was walking around, but Michigan hat off, like, let's go, baby. Let's go shock the world. Let's go shock the world. Come on. All right. Here we go. And this is what we did. The same play. All right. So we passed that. Decent protection. And it was too predictable. That's what, and this is why it's hard for me to watch Michigan football, because I can't stay as objective as I'd like. It was so damn predictable. You bring now Colston Loveland. He was the first tight end off the board in the draft, but they bring him in motion, and this is all they did offensively. They just didn't have enough weapons offensively. He comes in motion. You stare him down. You don't look at anybody else. You look at one guy. Okay, look at one guy. It's easy for the defense to recognize it. You're not getting any pressure. You throw it to the one guy. You didn't look at one other receiver, and it damn near should have got intercepted. That's 2 people right there. That's double coverage that you threw it into. It's lucky it wasn't intercepted, and it was behind him at that. Now, I love Davis Warren. Davis Warren, the quarterback who was at Michigan this year, love him. He survived. He's a cancer survivor. Love his story. Respect him immensely. But this was what we had to deal with all year as a fan of the team, right? We were very frustrating. It was very frustrating watching them offensively. All right. I'm reliving some painful moments, guys, so bear with me. Okay. What do we see? We see it every single week. Every single week, what do we see? If you want to play receiver at this level, you can't just be you can't just be the guy that has talent and can catch the ball. This play, for the most part, defensively, we did a good job. All right, here we got Mason Graham holding his man. We are here. It's quick. Right here, we see a receiver blocking here, and we see a receiver blocking here. He moves him to the inside, right? Great block. This is a great block by this guy because he moves. He doesn't hold his ground. He moves him to the inside, and then you have this receiver, man on a man, blocking his ass off as a receiver, and boom, that's a first down. He got away with the hold, but for the most part, that was a great block by their receiver, and that's what sprung the receiver. So the other receiver who caught the ball, and that's what allowed him to get that first down. That's a good offensive play, and it's all set up because you have receivers willing to block. That's what it's all about. God. So again, I Mason Graham. I love Mason. I love me some Mason Graham. I do. I love me some Mason Graham. Been watching him for 2 years now. But this right here, it's not gonna get it done. It's a double team, and he gets moved. You see, he lets the guy underneath him, and that's what makes it so. You see what I'm saying? Like right there, he's getting moved for someone who was the first D lineman, second D lineman taken off the board. He was first round pick for the Cleveland Browns. You can't allow yourself to get moved the way you got moved just now. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable for a player of his caliber. All right. Understand, these are high level guys that are going in the NFL draft, that are talking about going to the NFL. This is what we got to break down when it comes to the game. Can't just look at the quarterbacks and look at all the things that are the mainstream media will tell you. You got to break the game down, man. All right, let's see what we got. Back out. Okay. Damn it. All right. Okay. So not bad with the scheme. So they show blitz. They don't blitz. Not a bad pass rush here. But it looks like he got inside of the corner. So 3rd and 5. Again, we have him in 3rd and 5. We let him get the first down. Let him off the hook. It's still 0-0. That's great execution. So watch the execution of this play. Boom. And then he steps here. Watch these guys climb, right? Watch these guys climb. He's just got to do a little better of a job of recognizing that. But it's quick. It's a quick screen. And you have what? You have the receiver blocking this corner. So that's set up. You have this guy coming down, and he kind of frees. You see this hesitation? All right, so this is a good coaching point. Young linebackers listening up. Young backers listening up. When you diagnose the play like this, so he diagnoses it, but you can't hesitate. Because the moment you hesitate for a split second, this tackle, these linemen are coming to absolutely take your head off. They're coming to take your head off. And when you recognize this play, my coach used to say it all the time, put your foot in the ground and go. Put your foot in the ground and get and haul ass, because the minute you hesitate, you have this 300-pound lineman coming to knock the shit out of you and absolutely eat you for lunch. And what happened is he hesitated just a little bit. You see this hesitation right there, and it gives this offensive lineman just enough time to come and get on him. So now, boom, he's blocked. He's blocked, and now he has to curl up. And same thing here. It throws off the entire play, and this guy just falls down. He just kind of whiffs here, and he doesn't even have to get blocked, and that opens up the lane for this guy to get the first down. When you see it, trust what you see. I even tell kids that now when I'm we're playing games at recess and stuff like that. So I teach now, and I would tell them, look, trust your speed, trust what you see, trust exactly what you see. Put your foot in the ground and absolutely haul ass and go make the play, because those moments of hesitation, those moments are like a lifetime. Then you will get ruined. You won't make the play because you hesitated. We got third and goal. So for the most part, defensively, we weren't getting completely punished, but we were holding them. Third and goal. Son of a mother. Damn it. It's frustrating just watching it back, guys. But hey, again, there's a chance. Whoops. Take the volume now. Just got to turn your head. Now, see. All right. Okay. This right here is why your quarterback and your receiver got to be tight. Every single day after practice, y'all got to be working together, understanding certain situations, understanding how you're going to take advantage. Right now, it's a third and goal. And Dillon Gabriel hits him with a back shoulder pass. All right. Back shoulder. He's covered. You see he's covered, but the receiver and the quarterback, they know each other to the point where he's putting the ball towards the back shoulder, and that receiver knows now, okay, the corner can't get to me there. Boom, he catches the pass. That right there is just simply work between your receiver and your quarterback, and there's a commitment they have to, after practice, working together every day in the summer. We're going to throw some routes. We're going to talk it out. So by the time we get to the game and we get into this situation, it's easy money. It's easy money. Easy money. It's a good job by him. Dillon Gabriel, he's playing for the Browns now, the Cleveland Browns. See, watch it. It's covered for the most part, and it's back shoulder. It's a back shoulder. That's one of those plays where as a corner, it's really, really challenging, damn near impossible to be able to cover that. And it's all about, it's not something that every offense can go to every play, but when it comes to a situation where you need either a first down or a touchdown, they'll go to it because they have practiced it. They've practiced it over and over throughout the season all summer. Jesus Christ. So frustrating watching this again. Okay. All right, so let's see what happened. Just got to get your feet, man. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of pressure. Again, you love Davis Warren, but just wasn't him. Just wasn't the answer, man. Punt again. This could do nothing offensively. I mean, the offense was absolutely stagnant. Let's go, boy. That's how you play. That's how you play. You see, again, we didn't have a great year, but there were signs. There were signs of hope throughout this season. It was like if we just got our offense together, we would have been contending in the playoffs. And this game was not as bad. It was not as bad as the score indicated. So here we go. Another great special teams play. And if you can remember, this was the same guy that returned the kickoff at the beginning. So they're covering, boom, breakdown. And this same guy is the same player, guys. This is what I mean when I say film and watching the game isn't all about the oohs and the ahs and what you see in the mainstream. This same player that returned the kick at the beginning, the kickoff at the beginning of the game, now he's covering punts and forces a fumble. He forces a fumble, man. Forces a fumble, bang, hits the guy square in his face, forces the same number 39, forces a fumble, and now we're in it. The score is only 7-0, and it's still the first quarter. We give the damn off. Let's go, boy. Let's go. That's how you play. That's how you play. Let's go. Notice these things. This was the same guy that returned the kick. How many things can you do? You see what I'm saying when I say the game, it relates to life in so many ways. Same way you approach your job, same way you approach whatever it is you do for a living. How many things can you do? Can you put it on film? Is it tracked? Can you be that guy that goes and returns a kick and then comes and makes a tackle? Are you that person that can do the sales and then also do the marketing and also do some of the outreach and then also, actually perform the task? Can you do some public speaking? Can you do this? So many things that happen in the game, you're going to start to see what makes a valuable employee as well. All of this stuff is related. All right, let's get into more. I get excited when they make plays, man. I feel good. Okay. Right into it. Good cut. You see, this is our bread and butter. This is how we play ball. Oh, man, you guys are taking me back. It's taking me back because I remember I told you guys there was hope. There was hope that we were going to beat the number one team in the country. There was hope. All right. Right? Good pull. Good read. This is what we do. Just pound that rock, big dog. Pound that rock. Good block right here by 68. This is what we do. Stick to what you do. Pound the rock. Don't got to get cute. Just play football. Bang, bang. Everybody's coming down. Smash. Good block there. Look at him. Look at 44. Go in and find his safety. Go find that safety. Go find that safety. Hit somebody. Go hit somebody. All else fails. Go hit somebody. Go hit somebody and play some football. All right. Jesus. All right. See, this is what gets so damn frustrating, though, man. But all right, it's a touchdown. It is, and I get it. It's a touchdown, and we tied the game up, and I was excited when it happened. I did because I remember actually it's a Michigan out here in South Florida. There's a lot of Michigan football watch parties. One of them was in Fort Lauderdale. So, like I mentioned, I went from watching the Penn State-Ohio State game, and then I drove over to the place where they're having the Michigan watch party in Fort Lauderdale. They were both in Fort Lauderdale. And I remember right here when they scored, this is the end of the first quarter, we score and we tie up the game. But I wasn't excited because I didn't like how we scored. All right. If you look at the plays, very predictable. Now, obviously, they're going to their main guy, Colston Loveland. It's covered, right? But look how long he carries that. Then he throws the ball behind. This is a dangerous pass. He throws the ball behind, he throws the ball behind himself across his body. He throws the ball across his body, and it's to a covered guy. Now, luckily, he gets the catch. Fortunately, he gets the catch and we score. But still, I would have preferred that we get the touchdown by doing what we did to get us there, where we just pounding that rock and saying, look, let's just get up in there. Let's get up in the end zone. So, again, happy with the score, but it's all about how you got there. It's all about how you got there, and this is going to be something that's consistent. This isn't a consistent way to put the ball in the end zone. The consistent way to put the ball in the end zone is to, pounding the rock, hand off left, hand off right, getting your O-line, getting them boys, get some grit, get them boys down and dirty. And that's when you just can't stop us. All right, let's see what we got. No pass rush, man. No pass rush. I mean, we finally get some damn momentum. We get some momentum, and this is the answer we give. All right, 2nd and 7. Where's the pass rush? No pass rush. No pass rush. That's what happens. Guys weren't set. Good D. Good. See, now that is playing defense. Good job. So here, it's set up. All right, you read it right. See, they want to go up top. So what happened was, all right, perfect coaching point here. Bang. What he's seeing the screen being set up, and they're being very patient as the D-backs, right? They're being very patient because what can happen is he can pretend like he's gonna get that bubble screen and then take it upfield. So be very patient. Look how patient they are. Once he sees the ball's released, it's not there. So Dylan Gabriel decides to pull it down, and then he's looking for some. This linebacker does an incredible job. In 15, I remember I was watching him throughout the entire year. He did a fantastic job in making sure Dylan Gabriel couldn't just take off, because Dylan Gabriel will do that. When you have a quarterback that has the ability to beat you with his feet, once that play is not there, if this linebacker isn't reading him the right way, then he's taking off. He's at least getting the first down. That doesn't happen. 15 jumps on it, and he just throws the ball away. Great play. That's a great play defensively. Oh, they got us with that was bullshit. That was bullshit. Listen. Okay. All right. Let me just go on to the next play. Because the guy puts his hand out trying to protect him, and then you call a rough in the pass. You see, this is when the refs bail him out. No. Penalties like you see that, but this is the problem, man. With penalties like that, it just kills the momentum, man. It kills the momentum. We had something going. You give a BS passing roughing the passer call because everybody got to protect the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks are so precious to the game that you can't even touch them now without getting a roughing the passer call. So it throws off, in my opinion, just throws off the momentum a little bit, but we still got to play ball. So they sent the problem with this play specifically is they sent the blitz. And what happened was when we started playing better defensively is we stopped blitzing so much. Understand, and we talk about this every week, is when you send a blitz, you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk because you have guys out of position. So this linebacker is blitzing. He's blitzing. It looks like they're setting up if you look at the underkey. So if you look at the lineman, it looks like it's going to be a pass, but it's actually a draw play. So he's doing what he's taught to do because he's reading the offensive lineman, and the O-line is giving us pass sets. So he's blitzing. Because that's what he's told to do, have a blitz on, but it's actually a draw. So the quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, gives the ball to the running back, and since we're in a blitz, they kind of catch us in a bad situation because the linebacker's blitzing, the tackles and the D-line kind of gets moved away. So now it's just this running back one-on-one in open field with a linebacker, and who's going to win that? The running back. 9 times out of 10, the running back's going to win that, and boom, he's off to the races, first down. So, again, that's the thing about the game is you really got to play your underkeys. It's hard to do it in the moment because obviously he sees pass set as a linebacker. He's going to go and do what he's told by his coach. But at the same time, you still got to make sure you're reading underkeys and you're adjusting on the fly. Defensive football is all about reacting to what you see the offense do. That's what makes defense such a difficult thing to do. You're reacting. Offense, in my opinion, offense is easy compared to defense because offense, you're dictating what's going to happen. Defense, you have to react to what you see on the fly. God almighty. I mean, for the most part, all right, look. Okay, let's break it all down. Now, right here, we're good. All right, right here, we're good. Defensive line, but this is where he made his mistake. This is where he made his mistake. We're covering well. We didn't blitz. We only rushing 4. Everybody's kind of got their man. Pass rush wise, we need to do a better job getting there. But you see this small thing. These small things is what lead to absolutely catastrophic results because this DN, he jumps inside trying to get the sack. He's fighting. He's playing hard. He's trying to get the sack. And ultimately, when he gives up the edge, it opens up an edge for Dylan Gabriel to go out of, and that gives him more time. So the minute that this edge is given up by this DN, now Dylan Gabriel just simply reacts. He says, okay, D lineman, you want to come inside and try to get a sack? I'm good enough. I'm mobile enough to get outside the pocket, be patient, and that buys time for him to. He could have either ran this or he could have did what he did and threw the ball to his wide out and get a touchdown. Either way, they were going to score because of this one bonehead move by this DN who decided to jump inside, and he's supposed to be an edge player. Man, that's football. It's football. One person out of whack, it creates it. In fact, actually, they didn't score on that, but they're gonna score here because they got the ball inside the 1, 1st and goal inside the 1, and they look like they scored here. Yep. Oh, his knee elbow. That's touchdown. And of course, offensively, we couldn't get anything done. Well, let's go back there. So we got 1st and 10, the 6. All right, again, we're sending a blitz. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have another linebacker blitzing. We don't get home on the blitz. This is where, actually, it's not a blitz because it looks like a blitz, but they dropped the D end out. So technically, they didn't blitz. They blitzed the backer, but they dropped one of the D linemen out. So it wasn't technically a blitz because they rushed the same amount of people, but still, the linebacker's not in his drop, and they didn't get home, so it didn't work. Good open field tackle by 15. Oh, not good enough, D-line. Not good enough, D-line. Not good enough. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Why isn't... hold on, let me see where we at on time. All right, we'll make this the last play. We'll make this the last play. We got... So we have a center now coming direct. So what happens now is play recognition. So like I said, 15, I thought he had a great, for the most part, he's a great player. But in this situation, you got to read it as 15, this backer right here. For the most part, the D-line holds their ground. But 15 as the backer, you got to see that these linemen are climbing now. And now you got to attack. You got to be attacking now. The problem is he's kind of waiting. Oh, actually, all 3 of them are kind of waiting. They're not recognizing that it's a run play yet because there's this going on. There's this guy coming there. There's ways. Basically, the way the offense is set up for Oregon is he can pull it, and there's a lot of options. So you got to attack right now. You take too long to attack, and you let this center in you, and he's blocking you right where you need to be. Look at that. He's fully extended, and you are up. And that is what's creating the problem right there. Is basically that back. You just got to attack more and recognize that it's a run, and you got to attack it right now. You got to attack it right now. In fact, you know what? Might have time for one more play. All right, we'll make this one the last one. Well, I mean, it's like this play is like the old saying. It's an old saying in football. You know, before you start talking X's and O's, you got to figure out who's the X and who's the O's. It's a lot. Basically, break it down before you start getting into strategy and how you gonna do this and how you go. You got to figure out who the hell it is you have on the field actually doing the work, because this is just plain and simple man coverage. This corner is not as fast as this receiver. This receiver is plain and simple, just faster than the corner that you have, and he just gets burnt like toast. That's what my coach used to say. It's like, we making toast out here. We buttering some toast because you just got burnt. You just got burnt. All right, burnt straight up, right up and down. No fluff. He just runs right by it. Good throw. The ball is actually behind him. Throws it. For the most part, it's a good pass. He catches the ball, and you don't know what the hell you're doing because you just got burnt. All right, we'll end on that. Because that's true in business as well. I see it every single day. The problem with a lot of business folks, a lot of educators, is they spend so much time strategizing on how they're going to do this with PowerPoints, making this look cute, but they're not asking who is the X and who are the people that can actually execute on the plan and execute on the vision that you're trying to promote, that you're trying to do. So all that being said, again, happy Saturday. We'll probably finish this one off next week. And then after that, I've been waiting for it. We're finally going to get to when Michigan actually went to Columbus, Ohio, and tapped that Ohio State ass. Ooh, I can't wait to get to that one. We're going to get to that one as we get into actual college football season of 2020-25. Again, as one Crookshank here. If you're interested, if you're a business owner tuning into this and you're interested in employee development workshops, be sure to go to makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.